we're going to spice things up again, and we start with the Samba with Maya and Dmitry because every dancer has a different decade, and it started out with a little Ron Burgundy, Dmitry, nice, but before we get into that, their intro piece, hello, Dmitry, I was a little worried. You thought you like lost choreo and you weren't going to deliver for Maya, so you had me a little worried, but then when we got into it, good stuff.
Well, Maya and Dmitry delivered once again. Now, the 70s to me, though, seemed more like it was just a disco samba. I don't know. I was thinking, like of all these other dances that there could have been in the 70s, why just stick to the disco for your samba? But in the end, I was thoroughly entertained.
Yeah, and they did score 30, so, I mean, it was a darn good samba. And Maya was amazing. I mean, she's an amazing dancer, and her outfit was smoking hot, I mean, I have to say. So, Ron Burgundy with Smoking Hot Maya, yep, they got a 30, the first 30 of the season. So.
There you go. There you go.
Now from Ron Burgundy to the 90s with Aaron and Karina and their samba. You know what? I really enjoyed this samba. I thought it was fun. It was good to see Aaron back having a good time, and I liked it.
Yeah, you know what? I liked it too. And finally, I'm going to have to agree with the ladies here. When it comes to Aaron and Karina, I do believe that Karina is the one that gets all the votes for Aaron. I'll tell you that right now. Because the dude, his face, like, literally always looks like he thinks he's gonna die. You know what I mean? And you just can't feel comfortable with that. So you have to shift your eyes over to Karina and like, whoa, all right. You know what I mean?
Dawn, did you hear that right? What's that, Ernie? What's that? We were right?
Yeah, I'll agree. When it comes to the female dancers, I agree. I'm a huge fan of Edita, but every season it doesn't seem to help her.
Pros 1, star 0. No.
Yeah, no. We were right about that. But, I mean, this dance was lacking a little 90s in the theme. This was the one dance where I thought they really didn't hit the theme. I mean, they could have MC hammered this thing up. Right. But it was a solid samba, but there just wasn't much 90s in there. And having lived through the 90s, totally awake.
Totally.
The 90s, totally. I just didn't see much 90s, so.
Okay, I wish right now we could cut to a clip of Ernie in his MC Hammer pants. Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
We still have that footage, I think, somewhere in the archive.
We need to look for this.
Maybe we shouldn't. You know what? Let's not go into the past and let's delve ourselves into the future, shall we?
Oh.
All right, because Derek and Joanna had to do a Paso Doble from the future, all right? Now, I'm thinking, all right, Derek's known for his choreo, right? I mean, he's a pretty good choreographer, and I'm thinking this is going to be amazing, right? Well, here we go. We're starting out, and right off the bat, they both kind of look like Tron, right? I mean, all the lights are off, and they're glowing in the dark, Tron. It's an 80s song that they're playing, right? He's got, like, the makeup like the 80s. They're making Blade Runner references. The whole thing to me just really seemed kind of 80s, not future. Or is the 80s the future?
Oh, I think you just, that's too legit to quit right
Yeah.
That's just awesome.
I don't know if I see myself in the future. I see lasers and beams. I see that.
Right.
As part of my life.
Right, okay.
I got it.
Yeah, I mean, Joanna had a page boy haircut, so maybe that's coming back in the future. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's platinum blonde.
Yeah.
What, you're not going to wear foil in the future?
I might wear foil in the future. I'm not exactly sure. But to me, like, it was an awesome dance. Yeah. I really liked it. The movements were very sharp and crisp, as always with those two. But if I didn't know what they had their theme there was, I would have said 80s.
Going back in time now, we're going to go back to the 60s jive with Kelly and Louie. This was a great dance, but there were just a couple things that were weird about this dance. The doll. I'm not quite sure what the doll was all about. The song was Ragdoll, so I can see why they had that in there, but it didn't really seem to be like a 60s song to me, and I really wasn't sure about the hair. Kelly's hair was neon green, so I don't remember that in the 60s, but the jive, once they got rid of the doll, it was great.
One thing she did get right, and that's her confidence. Last week, we loved her. She brought the personality back, and she kept it this week, so that's great. And I think having a 60s jive, like having a little theme piece to work with really helps her out, right?
Yeah, it gets her focused, you know, and committed and ready on what's going to happen. Now, we got Donny and Kim with an 80s Paso Doble, right? And they were focused as well, all right? They were focused on Donny's mullet, you know. He said that he had a mullet back in the 80s, and he's probably one of the only stars that you could be on there where he would actually have something to say about any of the decades.
Right.
The 60s, the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s, and now into the future as a robot Donny. I'm not sure. But yeah, the mullet, the Mississippi mud flap there was pretty cool. I like that picture there and the way you sported it again. Very nice, Donny. Good job.
But as far as sporting the adamant look, then I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
I think Kim was Cyndi Lauper, and he was supposed to be adamant. I'm going to go there. I don't know if it's too soon, but he looked like overweight Michael Jackson.
Yeah, just a little bit. Or like
Yeah.
like a chubby Oompa Loompa with a mullet. You know, it was very,
No.
Yeah, that kind of seems to be the going thing. I'm getting a lot of that feedback, but what about his dancing?
No.
It was a little distracting, I gotta say. I don't even think Carrie Ann looked at his feet that time.
No.
I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, his feet were on the ground, but
Yeah.
I just don't. It was really Paso Doble is tough anyway, but it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Well, it's just taking what they did and the Paso Doble and mixing them together. Maybe
Right.
that was
Yeah.
the issue.
Yeah, it's like orange juice and milk.
Yeah.
Some things should not be mixed,
Mixed together.
Well, regardless, you know, Donny and Kim are going to get the votes because of who? Donny
star.
or Kim.
The star.
The pro. The pro in this
Because
case.
of the
Yeah.
who from Down Under. What is
The
Kim?
star. The Wonder from Down
The
Under.
Wonder from Down Under,
Yeah,
I'm
she
sure
is.
pulls in a lot of votes.
Yeah.
Hey, I wish people could vote for us here at the Fresh Dish for something, but they
Yeah,
can't.
they
We're always
can't.
talking about people getting votes and we don't get any.
That's true. That's true.
But hey, thanks for coming back for another week for week 8 of Dancing with the Stars with the Fresh Dish. Dawn, it was
Thank-
great having you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. It's been so much fun.
You did a great job. I'm your host, Tami Daniels,
I'm Ernie Macias.
Dawn Honeycutt.
and that was the Fresh Dish. Hey, thanks for watching. Hey, what about Donny, like the robot? Should we do the futuristic?
The robot. I am Michael Jackson.
I am Cyndi Lauper.
Meow.
Oh,
Meow. Watch me do a moonwalk.
that's giveaway. Can we do anything other than this?
I don't think so.
We need a pro.